Hi, in this video I will show you how to load CSS files in React and a big problem with this one. In here you see my React project, and inside this project you are loading CSS files. In this case you see this article underscore edit.jsx. This one loads the fitting CSS style sheet. In this way it says import and then load this CSS style. You may also write it that way. You may also say import styles from this style sheet. Doesn't matter, it's the same way. But whenever you do this, and in a project, in your code stuff, there you say class name equals and then the name, like this one. This works pretty good, like this one. When I show it here, you see this is my article edit. And when I take in the browser, when I hover on to this element, like this one, you will see here in that big block there's the image, and the image is held in some div folders. And for example, the entire block here is called div. Here the class equals apostrophe div shortlinks. That's the same what you see in your application. That's the class name, and then the React compiler rewrites that stuff into a new into class. So that's why you find in React here this return. It returns something, and it creates a new code into a new React DOM, which is the document inside. So that's what you see. So when I switch back now to my file, then you will find one strange thing, and that's the entire problem of that what I want to show. Here are the sources inside. I assume that everybody knows how to handle here, how to debug that stuff. It's always in the Chrome browser or in the Microsoft Edge browser. You see here, that's my local host where I'm developing, and there's the articles and the article edit. And here under static.js/js you find the other stuff, and you find also here the source file. That's the same structure what you have in your development path. And inside there you find here this article edit. So when I move back to this one, you find that when you go to your app, let's do it from here. Let's do it like this. We go into our article edit. Now we see our both files, and when I click into the CSS file, then you find here in the top block that it's importing a module. But you see the same structure, .div edit, and that's why you may say .div as a class name, and the class name matches on there. But now I come to the problem. The problem is that when you go into your debugger, for example like this one, when I scrutinize one element like this, again this is in the block which is called div shortlinks, then you will find that this one is now that's in the list, the list file. You see that it is in articles underscore list, and the same name, the same block is, let's see, in this case I can't show it. Here. When I click on div shortlinks, for example, then my machine Chrome shows that it is that relates from a article underscore edit.css, but it also relates from a file called read and from a file article list, and these same names are let's say since they have the same name, they confuse each other. So when you are here, the stuff will not only be, it will overlap that stuff. You see the color, for example, the color tag will be taken from the div short links from article list, and there's also this one from the width goes in here. So you see this one, it matched from here, but it's not the same CSS file. So this one is the list file. So the solution in here is, when we go back, I know it's a little bit confusing. The problem is that you should write it identically. So when you change that name to the style sheets to the name article edit dot module, then, and now I'm saving this one, and it will not, and I have to rename this one to say, okay, this one is a module, same what I'm interpreting in here, and then the styles, when I go there, now I'm importing a styles from there. So styles is the, let's say, the base, and when I go now to my code, and in my code I would say, let's say that's the div edit, for example, in here, this will not match it. Here are the icons short links. I have to say now something like this, styles dot and then the icon short links, for example, so called like this. Now I'm saving. Now when we move back to the file, now when I go in there, you see in here, I was in articles edit, there are big icons, absolutely totally wrong everything, and the reason therefore is that that all the CSS file stuff is not matching anymore. When I take this one and I'm hovering on there, you see there's still the class is icon short links, but this one, the icon short links, is not there anymore. When I click on there, for example, it's not there. You see there's no matching stuff anymore. The only matching stuff comes from another file. It comes from the list file. And the only one was in here, this one, this small stuff here, where it says the class name is article underscore edit. So that's the name, and then the icon shortlist. So the subnaming of the element which I've said. So when I'm going back, that's the name and the underscore and then the icon shortlist. And one thing more is, when I go in there, I know that's difficult to show. When we go now to our source file, and when we when I'm refreshing that stuff, you will see that it's integrated. Let's say in here, maybe we can see it in here. There's my source file, component, articles, article read, and here you find now that the naming of that stuff changed. Inside the CSS class we have now these new naming, and that's my big problem in React. So either the solution for all that stuff is to say that you define your elements in your matching CSS style sheet the way that you say by default, okay, this is my article edit dot div edit, something like this, or you wrap that around, And then you give the same name in your subfile, in your file where you define your stuff. So this is a big problem for me now, and I'm not sure how to solve it, or if there is an easier way, because writing it this way is not what I want to do. I'm not really sure. Maybe I have to